The sun is slowly coming up right now and it's kind of putting this pink glow on the mountains, which is pretty rad. I am going to be shooting this with the Zhiyun Crane V2. I'm stoked to get some sick shots on this guy. I also am going to test out, this is a little small guy for the iPhone, and I'm going to try shooting some iPhone stuff. To filming with my camera and the Zhiyun Crane, like I mentioned earlier, I'm filming with this little guy too, and I'm filming some Instagram stories. So if you guys aren't following my Instagram story game just got upped by a lot. This thing is amazing for doing quick stuff. I'm also going to do a cinematic iPhone film like I mentioned, so far I really like this thing. Here filming at another beautiful location in Banff in Canada, and so holding this allows the footage to be super stable, and the camera in the iPhone 7 is actually really good. I mean, you just really need to make sure that the footage is stable for it to really come out clean and usable. A shot that I typically like to use is kind of more like a reveal, and now I can tap record and I can do a very slow reveal shot. I'll usually point the camera down and then kind of roll it upwards. And that allows you to create really, really smooth cinematic shots. Another technique, let's say you don't have this stabilizer. I want to say this stabilizer is around $200 or $300, but let's say you don't have this stabilizer. A technique that I always use, you can use this technique on your DSLR or you can use it on your phone, is pretend, I think a lot of people have the tendency when they're using their phones to record things, whether it's like this on Instagram story or something, is to kind of move the camera around a lot, and obviously that makes really nauseating video. But a technique I use all the time with video, if I don't have a stabilizer with me, is to hold the phone or your camera as if you were going to take a picture, press record, and don't move at all, and just hold the camera there for about 10 seconds. That'll give you a really smooth static shot. It'll almost feel like a tripod shot. And then in post you can even add like warp stabilizer, or you can use the stabilization in Final Cut or any of the tools you use, and then it will really like lock it down and make it super smooth, and you can get kind of like fake tripod shots. If you want to move around and get different shots, instead of moving your hands, try moving your entire body. So line up the shot as if you were to set it up for a photo, press record, and then just do very, very slow, intentional pans left and right, or tilts up and down. And do everything very, very slow. It feels like you want to do it a lot faster when you're here filming and you want to show things really quickly, but I promise in post, it all looks better when you do things a lot smoother. You want to do everything as slow as you possibly can. So I've come inside and now I'm checking out some of the footage in post. I'm really happy with it overall. I think the stabilizer obviously is the best tool. It costs the most money, but if you're going to a professional level, I think having the stabilizer is really useful. As I mentioned before as well, if you don't want to spend the money on the stabilizer, just holding your hands as steady as possible is super useful, and it's a technique that I use all the time. To be honest with you guys, I don't carry around a tripod too often, and so just keeping your hands as steady as possible and getting those like locked down hard shots and moving your body almost like a robot as smooth as possible, you'd be surprised at the results. And honestly, I use this technique in most of my videos when I'm not using a stabilizer. So also don't forget, in Premiere you can use warp stabilizer, and in Final Cut you can also use the stabilization tool there. Both work pretty well. I found that in most cases, as long as my camera movements were pretty smooth, adding that makes it look even better. If you're trying to take something that was shot really shaky and handheld and home video-esque, you know, it's probably not going to help that much. But if you're really smooth and deliberate with your shots, that tool is super powerful. If you guys didn't know, I made 4 other videos while here in Canada covering techniques in photography and filmmaking, and I think they're really useful tips and tricks that'll help you guys up your photography and video game a lot. So if you haven't seen those, go check them out, and thanks for watching.